Thank you for joining us. We are here on location at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida for the FETC conference. The future of education is a cause today that is greater than ever, and we will get in-depth opinions and views on this subject matter following these messages. With us now is Chris Ryan of Minnow Corporation. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Good morning.
What a beautiful item this is. I'd like you to tell us a little bit more about it. There are quite a few tablets all over the place, but this is unique. Tell us about it.
There are. The Minnow tablet is an Android device. We're basically running quite high-level specs. It's Android 4.2, which is right up to date on software. The concept with Minnow is to create a high-level spec Android device. But our sales model is really all business to business. So we're selling directly to institutions and to enterprises in a variety of market segments. But we see education as being ripe for our market in the sense that we can provide excellent value. We can meet our user group, students and teachers, right where they need it and make this tablet useful right out of the box. And the way that we can do that is by preloading an excellent suite of software devices. So we're partnering with, at the moment, 3 primary developers who are developing classroom management tools, assessment tools, as well as some content. And so we make this available and preload those platforms right out of the box. Additionally, if it's important to a university or a private school, for instance, we can also logo the device and essentially brand it for a given school. So we can do that by way of preloading artwork for a home screen, or in larger volumes actually brand the device itself. So, so the idea is really to reach out and meet the educational market directly and make it useful without having to have a teacher or a district fumble with how they're going to make use of these devices.
There are so many different tablets available in the market today, so many different designs and so forth. So it's rather a competitive situation you're in. Again, tell us, what are the challenges facing Minnow?
Well, for one, Minnow is not a well-known consumer brand. So getting into any space of sales, whether it's education or law enforcement or meeting planning, whatever it might be, we have to do something to make our market. And we've essentially founded the company on 3 principles. One is to make a device that functions very well. Secondly, to offer great value. And third, to actually meet a given user group in terms of making the device functional right out of the box for their purposes. And so in education, we're largely partnering with software providers to make this device useful. Teachers don't have to guess how they can work with them right out of the box in their classes.
Chris, technology is constantly changing, and it's just amazing to look at how the first IBM PC I had more than 15 years ago had a 10 megabyte hard drive in it, and now we have these amazing devices such as the one you're holding. But where is technology headed? And before I get there, I understand that your device is not only a beautiful tablet, but you can actually insert a chip and it will actually also function as a smartphone.
Yeah, certainly for a given user group, there are lots of changing needs for the market. In education, primarily our focus is on Wi-Fi enabled devices and connectivity in the classrooms, and bandwidth, of course, is a significant concern for use in education these days. We'd like to see that infrastructure grow to meet the ability for each student one-on-one to have a tablet in a classroom. But it is one of the challenges that we're facing, and so for education, that would be the primary concern. In other markets, we have a need for use in the field, further afield, and I suppose in some segments of education that may be the concern as well. So our devices are 3G ready as well. We can add that component. And have even had some applications for RFID scannability in these devices. In other words, reading specific barcodes. So at the higher education level, that might come into play for conference use and delivery of sophisticated presentations. So for each segment, even within a given scope, for education, for instance, we have varying needs, and we have to be able to adapt to all those. And one of the nice things about writing our own operating system level software is that we can optimize our device to meet each of those needs as a group might indicate a need for that.
Your primary objective is to enhance education, support education. But I understand it is also usable, your product, for other industries such as law enforcement and other, even military, I presume. Tell us more of the features that you have in this device.
Well, the device is a full-form Android tablet. So the base operating system is fast. It's got a quad-core CPU. We have a high-level version of Jelly Bean Android software. We've got lots of memory. It's a 2 gigabyte processor and 16 gigabytes of native storage. We also can enhance that and add up to 32 gigabytes of storage in the form of an SD card. These do have SD ports as well. So it has the capacity as a basic device to do a lot of things, probably more than is required for education alone. But for the construction industry, for use in the field and blueprint work on the go, making adjustments to those kinds of things, it's got the capacity for that. For law enforcement, data collection, documentation of interviews in a crime scene, it has the capacity to do that. So our idea is to commoditize a device that's at quite a high level of spec and then be able to adapt the interface so that it works in any given market.
And it's very reasonably priced, of course.
It is. So our 8-inch device is quite competitive at $169 base price, and the 10-inch device is $249. So that is well under $100 below name brand tablets, if you will, that you'd find in.
But not compromising quality or features.
Correct. Yeah, not only is the spec level quite high on the device itself, but we also intend to support it very well.
Well, what an exciting time we live in with so much change occurring, and I wish you a lot of success with your company and your wonderful product. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.